Hey guys, Sasha from Mobile Geeks here. Believe it or not, it is sunny in Beijing. I'm right downtown and I'm here for the brand new ZTE Axon 7. I already got it. I'm here in my hotel room. We're about to unbox it and I'm going to show you everything that you need to know about it. Well, I just wanted to make sure that you're getting a little bit of this Beijing atmosphere. So all this honking that you hear in the background is basically caused by these guys that are putting up one of the most amazing traffic jams that I've seen in the history of me doing unboxings in hotel rooms. But let's just talk about the Axon 7. We've had many teasers recently, especially also by the CEO of the mobile division, Adam Zeng from ZTE, but now it's finally here. I got my device already. I just put it back into the box because I also want to give you a little bit of this unboxing experience, but I've been playing around with it for the last 2 days and it's going to be quite interesting. So let's just dive right into it. There is the device and we're just getting it right out of the box here, and let's see what else they put into the box. Well, first of all, I think that's one of the most important accessories. Well, it's not a real accessory, it's actually you really need that. It's a USB Type-C cable, ordinary PSU that you would expect. We have some bunch of documents and yes. Oh, look at this. I really like that. This is probably one of the first manufacturers to put in a screen protector into the box of their phones. I love it. Good job, ZTE. What else do we have here? This is, Jesus, oh, wow, that is fancy. So this is for the SIM card slot, and this is, so this is an adapter of from USB Type-C to micro USB. Very well done. Wow, they've been really thinking that through. And those headsets, seriously, I'm already telling you this. These are setting a new standard for default headsets that are coming with a flagship device. Forget about all the other ones. I have the Apple and the Samsung ones over here. I even have the Xiaomi ones. The ones from ZTE are absolutely amazing. These are the ones that are still with, actually it took me a while to get them back into the box. But anyways, we need to talk about the device because this is, in my opinion, when it comes to Chinese brands, one of the most disruptive devices that will ever made it to the Western markets, because this is actually a device that you will be able to buy whether you're in the US or whether you're in Europe. This could be the one. Let me just zoom in a little bit. There we go. So first of all, we need to talk about specs, but before I'm doing that is what I just did, just to pick up the phone and to let you know what happened to me when I did this for the very first time. It was basically so, wow, this feels solid. What I realized immediately, it has this kind of design language that we've seen already with previous ZTE devices. But first of all, it is the materials that they're using and how well built it is, how round, how natural and ergonomical it feels. Everything cries and yells and shouts, this is a deluxe, this is a premium device. 5.5-inch AMOLED screen. I'm going to switch it on so we can also see how long it takes to power it up. I said 5.5-inch AMOLED screen. It's a 2K screen, so that means we have a WQHD resolution of 2560 by 1440. That means we're ending up with a pixel density of 538 ppi. So this is a Gorilla Glass Generation 4, and it's a kind of 2.5D glass screen, so it's kind of round on the edges, as you can see. When it comes to the SoC, of course, they're going for the Snapdragon 820, and now it gets really interesting because there are different versions available. What I have right now here, this is the 64GB version with the Snapdragon 820, and it is also supported by 4GB of RAM, but there will also be a 6GB RAM version with 128 gigs of internal storage. Make no mistake, you can always upgrade the internal storage with a micro SD card, which is kind of cool because where is this? Over here, on the left side. So this is a dual SIM tray. That means you can put in whether 2 nano SIMs or a nano SIM and a micro SD card slot. And here's the good news. This will also be part of and a feature of the international version. So this is not limited to the Chinese market, which should make it one of the first flagship devices that is coming to the US, that is coming to Europe with a dual SIM tray. Well, 5.5 inch, I told you that already. The display is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the viewing angles that we can get from here. And I'm not even at highest brightness. Here we go. Okay, this is actually kind of hard now for the camera sensor to pick it up. No, let me just put it down a little bit. That's much better. When we talk about the device itself, it is a little bit heavy, to be honest. It's 185 grams, which in my opinion is not a problem at all. And actually, it kind of adds to this premium feel that you're getting from this device. And of course, we also need to talk about the battery. That's a 3140 milliampere hour battery. And they say, you know what, in terms of talk time, you would get 16 hours out of this. Standby is 360 hours. But what's very, very important, we have the USB Type-C, and they also combined that with a quick charger. That means in about 5 minutes, you can squeeze 8% of battery capacity into it, and it takes 100 minutes to go up to 100%. The device itself is 8.7 millimeters thick, and over here on the right side we have the volume rocker and the power button. I told you already about the USB Type-C, but I also need to tell you, okay, here's a SIM tray, we have the jack for your headset, we have microphones, by the way, on both ends. These are dual microphones, and we have dual speakers, and these speakers are just out of this world, but we're gonna get to this a little bit later. Let's talk about the camera on the back and also this kind of design feature that you see on the back. Well, first of all, we have a 20 megapixel camera on the back, and they're using a Samsung ISO cell sensor. To be honest, the way they're combining the optical image stabilizer, which comes with this, with the electronic image stabilizer, is just really, really good for shooting videos. And just to give you an idea how that looks like, I just shot it in a garden here in Beijing in 4K and then in 1080p. Let's check it out. Pretty good, huh? Another design feature is, of course, the fingerprint sensor on the back, which kind of embossed into the device. So basically, what they were telling us is that a lot of people that were using, for example, an LG or an Asus Zenfone, kind of mistakenly used the camera as a fingerprint sensor and just constantly kind of put fingerprints onto the lens. So this is much easier now to diversify from the camera, and especially also the camera lens sticks out a little bit. But I need to tell you that this is probably one of the fastest fingerprint sensors that I know. Look at this, bam, that's it. How cool is that? Once again, I'm not pressing anything. Look at this. So that is just so accurate, and you can set this up in like a minute or so. What I also love is their lock screen. Look at this. I set the lock screen up to instantly change the background picture as soon as I'm switching on the phone right away. So it's just this dynamic lock screen that just flips through a bunch of backgrounds. In general, okay, now I'm not using the fingerprint sensor, I'm just the patterns. I obviously have a hard time with that. In general, what I like about the launcher, it is almost like a vanilla experience. It looks pretty good. Yeah, I think the name that ZTE is calling it is Jesus. Actually, I forgot about this. Forget about this. Oh yeah, it's Me Favor. Here we go. So let's take a look at the settings. And Android, here we have the quick launch bar that you can, of course, also edit. And let's take a look at all the settings here. And let's go all the way down to About Phone. And then you can see it's running Android 6.0.1. What I need to show you right now is we need to talk about the front-facing camera, which is an 8-megapixel sensor and really, really good for taking pictures. But we also need to take some pictures with the rear-facing camera. And I'm just going to do this right away here. Take a picture here of this intersection. Now I switched on the HDR. Okay, I want to show you how quick the shutter speed is. Look at this. Now let's check out these pictures. Huh? That's pretty good, huh? So it's really good for a point-and-shooter, just to take, some snapshots. Look at this. Those cars here on the street. This is a very, 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 very decent camera, to be honest. And not sure right now if it can match the ones of the S7 Edge or of the LG G5. But, from everything that I've experienced over the last 2 days, this is absolutely fantastic. And of course, you also have all kinds of different camera modes. Okay, let's do the fingerprint sensor again. Here we go. Let me just show you. Okay, here we go. So I can go, of course. Oh, that's me. Hello. Now we can at least try the selfie. Did I get beautified? There we go. Okay, I obviously need to lose weight to get rid of this double chin. That means the beautification of this smartphone or this camera software is definitely lacking something. They need to work on this. Well, forget about this. I'm just joking. Let's talk about the camera and the software. I told you already, so we have all kinds of panorama, multi-exposure, magic exposure. Super night is actually pretty cool. Sports and time-lapse. What's also quite interesting is this little button here. It's called Live. So it's taking these little live pictures. Let me just do that. So now it's recording it a little bit. And we are set. So a live picture looks like this. Oops. Hello live picture. Obviously, I'm not getting the idea of the live picture right now. Oh, by the way, these are the pictures that I took just in the middle of the night last night in Beijing. Oh, that's pretty good. But once and for all, we need to talk about these speakers, and trust me, you're gonna love them. Let me put up a little demo video for you. Let's go to videos here, all the way down, and off we go. Now watch out, what's going to happen. Let's go all the way to the beginning. So you're getting proper 3D surround sound. Holy! Can you hear that? And you can actually feel that, how the phone is vibrating. To be honest, I'm absolutely in love with this. Probably one of the best speaker set that I've ever experienced on a smartphone, and something that is really interesting when you're into, you know, watching movies on the bus, or if you think, hey, my dad used to have a ghetto blaster in the 70s, I have a smartphone, a little ghetto blaster now in my pocket. We also need to talk about music, because you know what's really interesting about this is volume down. Oh, volume down. Look at this, it has voice recognition. Next song. Next song. Pretty cool, huh? Volume up. Full volume. Stop. I just love it. So, my just first impressions of this device are absolutely, well, I can't say that I'm blown away, because somehow I expected something like this from ZTE. The Axon 7 is a real flagship killer, I would say. Because guess what? The 64 gigabyte version will be around, they're going to announce this today, will be around, well, I would guess $450 US, right? So roughly about, it would be even less in euros, but I'm pretty sure that they will put it in to 449 euros or so for the European market. And for what you're getting from this device, seriously, I would think twice to get an LG or Samsung Galaxy S7, because you definitely have to chip in another $200 to get the same experience, and then you still don't have these amazing speakers, right? And those speakers really stand out for me. Besides the fact that it also has all the other specifications from all the other flagship smartphones that are out there. For the very first time, I really have to say this, ZTE created a device that is a true flagship, that is very competitive, and that will definitely push this brand for Western consumers to a new height. So this is my first impression of the new ZTE Axon 7. If you have any questions, just leave them down below. I'm Sascha from Mobile Geeks reporting straight out of Beijing. Thanks for watching.